Just finished my vacuum tube coil. I tried, it's my second attempt at a video. The coil turns my camera off, so I'm gonna talk about it first and then I'll turn it on. And it's not really quite done. It's not very neat underneath. Looks like shit, actually. And you know, a lot of it I just made up as I went. I designed this custom transformer for it. It's supposed to be 100 volt amp core. So I wound a 600 volt turn on it. In hindsight, I probably should have made a center tapped turn. The secondary has 2,000 turns on it. Primary is about 500. And then I wound a filament winding on the outside of that. That has like 27 turns for 6.3 volts. That needs like one more turn just because I last minute decided I'm running 2 tubes off of it. This rectifier tube here was something I did at last minute. This whole underside is just me just throwing shit in, making it up as I went, placement, everything. I was fabricating little tiny parts or little things like this copper socket holder. And I wasn't trying to be neat either. I was just kind of whipping the shit out. Don't really care. I figured it looked good enough on the top. And it was just for me to play with anyway. So it's got 2 caps here. I wanted to change those to smaller ones because technically I'm only supposed to have I don't know if it's 20 or 40 microfarads on this thing. This rectifier, according to the data sheet. And they also have like 2 300 something volt turns or windings, you know, output going into the rectifier tube. I have 600, and I have both of the diodes as a dual. Well, it's a half wave rectifier. I have both tied together, but I also put a diode in series with it just to maybe share some of the drop. I'm not really sure about this too, but like I said, had it in the box. Threw it in last minute, figured it would look cool with that in there. And everything else is kind of a mess in here. But I'm real happy about this transformer actually. It doesn't look too pretty, and the holders that they gave me for these things are fucking wrong somehow. I'll show you what they look like. They look like this. And in the picture, it showed something like this. And these holes were facing down, and then the transformer's sitting up like this. Well, obviously, that's not the way this fucking thing is. And I mean, how is this supposed to hold the transformer? It's just gonna sit in there. I'm supposed to epoxy it in, or what? So to hell with that shit. I just put this copper strap across it. I put some double-sided tape underneath it. Well, you can actually see it, which isn't too beautiful, but and I spray painted the whole thing, which you can see here. The other wire is Teflon, so I was able to just scratch that shit off of it, and it looked pretty good. Anyway, it's only got a 1.5 amp fuse, and everything was just pretty much made up like this. I like this this a lot. It makes it so much easier to tune. You can just leave it there if you want, and then when you turn it on, it's good. I bought these feed-through things just for this, actually. I think next time I'm gonna just do like a flat piece of wood. For a small coil like this, and just put everything on it. This was a bitch trying to sort all this shit in here, making all these damn wires. I mean, god damn, look at that shit. Oh, so we got a 6146 here. Made a little copper ring that goes around the thing. I was hoping it would like kind of be more visible, but you can't see shit. So the coil runs at 2.2 megahertz approximately. Alright, so now I'm going to turn it on, watch it come up. One thing I love about tubes is how when you turn them on, you don't get that inrush shit because the tubes have to warm up. They don't warm up too much. There it is. This is a very addicting hobby. I love solid state coils, obviously, but there's just something about the tube that I love as well. And all this is just because when my grandpa died, I got, where did that thing, this box of tubes here. Sold some of them and been farting around with the rest of them. Originally this coil was supposed to run off tubes that I got from him that were in the box. But I killed 2 tubes and I didn't have anything similar, so I bought this 6146. Oh look, it's a 6146, not a 6146A. A lot of heat coming off that. The only thing I don't know is if that thing is going to last. I don't know, maybe somebody knows. Does that look healthy? It's a 6X4, by the way. I don't know what they're supposed to look like when they're running, but that red part kind of worries me. I don't know, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to some of this shit. But anyway, see if we can get the spark just a little bit bigger. Right there seems to be the sweet spot. Sure, this tube could be pushed a little harder, but I wanted something I could just run and I could just leave this thing on if I wanted to, without it self-destructing. So now I'm just going to turn it off. And I'm not getting any RF burns on the switch, which is totally awesome, because it's metal, but I'm going to check the temperature on that tube down there. Where I call it quits here. 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 230. I don't think that's too bad. 100 degrees C. I think it's rated to like 200 something C. Well, that's it.